All right, let's talk about something that drives all of us crazy, forgetting stuff. But what if I told you your brain isn't failing you? Not at all. It's actually running this super efficient program. Let's get into it.
So get this, your memory works exactly like Google Chrome, and that's the whole reason you forget things. It's not because you have a bad memory. Nope. Your brain is just using the same trick computers use to be super fast. It's a system called caching, and all it means is storing the stuff you use a lot so you can grab it instantly. And trust me, once you get how this works in your own head, you're going to be able to remember things way faster with a whole lot less effort.
Okay, so let's start with the problem, the one we all feel. Every single day, your brain is just getting slammed with thousands, literally thousands of pieces of information, thoughts, ideas, to-do lists, you name it. And there's just no way it can keep all of that up and running at the same time. You know that feeling, right? When you've got like 500 browser tabs open at once? Your computer just starts grinding to a halt. It's pure chaos. Well, that is exactly what's happening inside your head. It's just not sustainable. And at that point, your brain has to make some tough choices.
And here's the simple, kind of ruthless logic it uses. If you're constantly using a piece of information, your brain goes, okay, this is important. Let's keep this right on top, ready to go. But what about that stuff you hardly ever touch? Poof, it gets cleared out. That's it. That's why you forget things you don't use. So next time you forget someone's name or a detail from a book you read ages ago, don't beat yourself up. Your brain didn't fail. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It performed a perfectly logical optimization. It just cleared out some old, unused data to make room for what's new and, well, more relevant right now.
So this all brings us to the, well, not really a solution, but the explanation for this whole process. And it's an idea that comes straight from the world of computer science. It's what we're calling your brain's caching system.
Okay, so in the computer world, caching is all about one thing, speed. It's just a way to store the data you use all the time so it loads instantly. You know how your favorite websites just pop up super fast? That's because parts of them are already saved or cached on your computer. Well, guess what? Your brain does the exact same thing. It keeps the info you use most often in this kind of mental fast lane. And this is the big mental shift we need to make. We tend to think of our memory like this giant, dusty storage unit, right? Where we just file stuff away and hope we can find it later. But that's not right at all. It's way more like an active, dynamic priority engine. Every time you use a piece of information, you're sending a signal to your brain saying, hey, this is important. And if you ignore it, your brain just assumes it's safe to delete to free up some space. Now, I know this might all sound a bit abstract, a little theoretical, but the truth is, you experience this caching system every single day. Let's look at a couple of real-life examples where this plays out.
Just think about the last time you learned a new skill. I don't know, maybe editing videos, playing guitar, learning some new software for work. At first, it's painful, right? Every single click, every single choice is slow and deliberate. You have to think through every single step. But then, after a few weeks of practice, what happens? You're just flying through it. It's effortless, almost like you're not even thinking. See, your brain isn't relearning the steps each time, it's just pulling up a fully cached sequence. All that repetition built an instant memory superhighway.
Or how about this one, which is even more common, driving to work. You know that totally bizarre feeling when you pull into the parking lot and you realize you have almost no memory of the actual drive? Like, how did I even get here? That is your brain running on a perfectly cached route. You've done it so many times that the whole sequence has become automatic. It's like your brain just flips into offline mode. It's cached, it's efficient, and it's completely effortless.
So why? Why did our brains evolve to work like this? I mean, wouldn't it be better to just remember everything? Why is forgetting actually a good thing? Well, it turns out this whole caching system is incredibly effective, and for a few really important reasons.
Okay, so first off, the very act of trying to remember something actually makes the memory stronger. It's like a mental workout. Second, like we've been saying, using information is the clearest possible signal to your brain that it's important and worth hanging on to. And finally, and this is maybe the biggest one, forgetting is essential. It clears the clutter. It frees up precious mental bandwidth so you can actually learn and process new, more relevant stuff.
So let's just say it again. Your brain is not a passive library collecting dust. It's a super active, super efficient priority engine. It's constantly curating what's inside, and it only keeps what you've proven through actual use to be useful.
Okay, so this brings us to the most important part of this whole thing, the big takeaway.
Now that you understand this system, how do you use it to your advantage? How can you actually get better at remembering the things that really matter to you?
So what's the secret? How do you send that signal to your brain? How do you tell it, hey, this piece of info is important, keep it in the fast lane? The answer, you'll be happy to hear, is surprisingly simple, but it does require a little shift in how you think about learning.
And here it is, the #1 takeaway. When you want to remember something, the worst thing you can do is just passively reread it. It's fine, but it doesn't do much. Instead, you have to actively recall it. So close the book, put away your notes, and force your brain to pull that information up from scratch. Want to take it a step further? Try explaining the concept to someone else, just in simple terms. I promise you, if you can teach it, you have definitely cached it. That simple act of retrieval, of pulling it out of your memory, that is the signal. That's you telling your brain's caching system, hey, this one matters, move it to the front of the line.
So from now on, the next time you forget something, don't get frustrated. Just tell yourself, cache cleared. And remember, forgetfulness is not a weakness. It's a feature, not a bug. It's just your brain running its incredibly smart, incredibly efficient memory management software, always making room for what truly matters. And now you know exactly how to tell it what that is.